let me talk to you about the mother and father. The two energies combined to create the child. Now you've heard this before from me, but I want to go just a little bit deeper. The mother is the egg and the father is the sperm. The sperm is the brain and the nervous system that runs down your spine, the connector to the other world. For you to have this experience, you have to go through the father to the dad, to go into the mother, to then go into the egg. Because if an egg's not fertilized by the sperm, the egg is then released. Life is only created through the father into the mother. That's why the mother's able to have a womb and to birth the child inside of the womb, because the energy comes from the father and then through and then into the mother. So when the sperm goes into the egg, which is your brain and your nervous system, you can see, look at the sperm, exactly what they look like, the tail. And then when it breaks into the egg is your outer shell. Your outer shell. No different from a chicken egg. You know, you have an outer shell. What colour does the chicken egg look like? Same colour as your skin. It's the same thing as you. Your physical appearance is the mother. And it's always in decay. But the spirit inside of you is the father. Do you see, mother, it doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man, you have father and mother inside of you. Mother is all about emotion. Everything about emotion. It's about reality. Fruition is the father. Bring it into reality that you want to experience is the mother. So you would meditate and you would think, and what's that thinking? That's the father. That's the father. But it depends on what level you are thinking, because it depends on your emotion and your environment, which is the mother. So it's funny because the mother can dictate your emotions, because you're an amplifier of energy. Okay, so when you're thinking or feeling, shall I say, that's the mother inside of you. So the father could almost put you into a situation spiritually for you to suck up the emotion in that experience. So your physicalness is all about amplifying. Okay, so when you go to situations, you can amplify all the feelings around you. So like if you went to the best musical festival ever, that's all mother talking to you. That's mother. That's all it is. And when it resonates with you, it's because the father and the mother has hit the middle way. Do you know when you hear a really nice song or you listen to someone talking to you and it just resonates? All time is non-existent. And that shiver you get, it's because you hit the middle line. Father and mother have had holy matrimony inside of you, through your heart. But the only way to do that, physically, is that you have to put yourself in a position where mother is feeding the father. But, so, this is great to know. This is great. You'd like to listen to this one. So, this is the mother. Let me explain the mother to you. The mother has created this theatre that you can live in and experience all the different emotions. And inside of you is every single emotion that you've ever experienced in any parts of your life. Do you see? You're sucking up all of this, all of the things that you've had to do. You've been the victim, you've been the hero, you've been the perpetrator, you've experienced kids, not kids, cancer, deaths. Your cells are just taking all this information in. But this information which is getting taken in is getting fed back to the father. Do you see? So like the mother inside of you, the emotions and the trauma that you have, that's why they say issues in your tissues, all the trauma that you have is is because it's the mother sucking it up and feeling it, feeling where Earth is right now, feeling what this environment feels like right now, making you go in within. I mean, remember, you were everything before. I mean, before you came here and had these experiences, you were everything. It was all good. But you wanted more. You wanted to feel, you wanted to touch, you wanted to love again. You wanted to be reminded of what love is. That's that middle way. The reminder of that vibration that you have as the mother and the father hitting together, a perfect alignment, and it's the remembering of where you come from, where you were. But you don't want to feel that all the time. See, you want to not feel that and then remember feeling it. You see, that's why you've experienced forgetting, because you don't want to remember. But you do want to remember with these little moments in life. You see? So that your cells can fill up all this information of love and remembering. So, for example, in your cells, you've been everything, right? Now, the mother, if I said to you, I'm going to give you an injection of the mother. You have to sit up there and I'm going to inject you. But when I inject you with the mother knows everything. And the only reason why she knows everything is because everyone has experienced everything. But this mother, I'm going to inject into you and you're going to feel what it's like to be the victim. You're going to feel like what it's going to be like the hero. And you're going to feel like what it's like to be the villain. You're going to feel like what it's not loved and loved. What you like, dislikes. Your dislikes are going to be what you love. And what you love is your dislikes. So I'm going to inject this raw emotion into your body and into your cells. You're a brand new human being. It's been placed down here. And I'm going to inject this into you. Then I'm going to play on the screen a victim. I'm going to have a hero. And I'm going to have the villain. And I want you to judge which one's wrong and which one's right. Right. Let me inject you. Right. Now you've got all the knowledge of emotion inside of you. Now you choose, remember, I've injected that inside of you, which means you've got victim in you, hero in you, and villain in you. Now tell me who was in the wrong. I leave that with you to decide. Mother never judges anyone because she's been everyone. She's felt everything. Mother looks after your body when you die. Mother looks after you while you're here so you can carry on having this existence. Yeah, mother decays you and destroys you, but she also gives you life. The father inside of you is the spirit inside of you, which is light. It's the light bearer. And father is slowly reminding you where you come from. But he remembers that you asked to be lost. You asked to feel that buzzy feeling again when you finally remember home. You see, you're an electrical being. And in your heart, you got this magnetism that pulses out and radiates. You drive down them roads and you think it's just the weather which creates all the flowers around you? Or do you think it's you driving down the road and sending out all your energy, listening to your music? Do you think that radiates out of you? Because if the sperm's inside of you and the spirit's inside of you, that means the light's inside of you, which means the light shines out of you. which means you radiate. So if you have an egg and you make a little hole and you put a light in there, the light shines outwards. And in that where that light is that you place in there, is where you come from. That little hole of light. And it shines out. And you're projected here, and you're walking here. And I'll tell you what it does as well, which is really incredible, is that where the mother gives you here, your physicalness, the father is always reproducing you. So in the cells, the light cells, the plasma inside of you is always reproducing you. So when you are driving down the road and you are vibrating and you're creating life either side of the verge, and the trees are getting bigger because the cars are going there, because the sound of the car and you in the car is creating the verges and making all the plants and flowers grow. That's you. So while that's happening, inside of you, you are creating yourself. Remember what I said before, when you got the power station. The power station creates electricity because it gets to a certain frequency. And when that frequency is created, they fire it down the electrical wires. And in them electrical wires, they create their frequency. It creates it because it's already there. You just have to vibrate to a certain level and it's then created. You're the same. So when you're driving around, you're creating yourself because you vibrate to that level. That frequency vibrates. So that little light inside of the egg is shining through, is creating you as you're going along. Do you see? So the Father, He's creating you with love. And the Father's the one that puts you into these situations where the mother needs help. So say there's a forest and there's some nasty people in the forests. The Father will then send some people in because He can see what them people are going through. He'll send some other people in. He'll send other people in. Now, the people who are in the forest going through some horrible stuff. The female is feeling it because remember, it's you've amplified. So like listening, feeling is all mother. She roars this plane. She can feel hate, pain, hurt, but she doesn't judge. She doesn't judge. You gotta listen to me on that. Because in time, that person who is the horrible person will end up having someone be horrible to them because they've asked to experience that. Some people have followed false prophets, but they followed the false prophet under the illusion or being orchestrated by the Father. Because the Father knows that the false prophet will come along and he'll pick up all of his sheep and go along, and then the Father will then start to change the way that person's thinking. Or the Father will then go and say, right, okay, that false prophet has managed to have that many sheep. Now let's see if these sheep can now go against that false prophet and start to question it. Because some people will start to question. And then when they start to question, there's another little light on. There's another little light on. And what that is, it's an emotional attachment. Because remember, if you've experienced everything in this world, right, so you can become a slave, right? So if I haven't opened up my cells in my body, I can become a slave and I could follow what my ancestors done or my mum. I'll be nurtured to follow the same thing that they've been doing because I haven't unlocked my cells. But the Father trusts that the environment that you're in, the mother, is going to teach you a lesson. Mother is going to open up them cells. So when that cell opens up for a certain emotion, the light's going to come straight through. And when that light goes straight through, that person will then question what they're doing. generally speaking, there's parasites here. And I would say for the next 20 years, if not less, we have to deal with this parasite inside of the body, which is able to pretend it's mother, pretend it's father. But we ask for the parasite to be inside of us. Something stronger, something which is smarter, where we don't have to kill so many people, but we can have parasites driving us to certain things. Because we haven't got unity like we used to have. Like religion was unity, but look what it done. It was another experience for us to go through emotionally. Now we have parasites on us. But this is okay. Don't be afraid, because Mother wants to put you in a situation. She wants you to feel your environment. Are you in control of yourself? Are you connected to the Mother? And how are you going to get connected to the Mother? Because not only Mother is physical, she lives inside of you too. The yin and the yang. She lives right at the bottom. And she needs to rise up to the Father. But the Father will give you information. So like I've said this before, you have the Mother and you have the waters. The waters is the Mother. That's why you're born in water. You're born in a womb. You're created in darkness. It's the Mother. So Mother is created in water. Water is emotion. Water is everywhere. So like if I wanted information to come to me, you have to have an atmosphere, or I want to use my phone, you have the atmosphere of water, because the electrical shoots through the water. That's why there's water in the air. That's why you have to drink water. So you need the Mother and the Father to create. That's why when you get thunder and lightning, it will rain and it will be humid. And the lightning comes, and that's the Father. See, that's the Father there. What's happened there is just a combination of different things, and then you get to see the Father working. And you get to hear him. Because he's always there. He's always there. Do you see? So like, I can't remember my point, but my real point is on this video is that the Mother is your physicalness, and the Father lives inside of you. He's the one who moves you around. He's the one who gives you information on how to rise the Mother. The Mother, the one inside of you, is the music. This is her plane. This is her plane. She created a theatre for you to dance in, to forget, to remember, to feel. It's all about feeling. Your emotions and your feelings. Your feelings are what's about to happen. So Father's trying to tell you something's about to happen. Then your emotion comes in, which is the Mother. The Mother's the other side of what's happened to the feeling. The feeling is your teacher. You shouldn't be doing that. And then you go and do it. Then the emotion is the child. The child, like, is the Mother. Well, because you've done that, even though you shouldn't have done that, because you knew how it felt last time. Now you have to go through the emotions. But it's all about unlocking your cells. It's all about being mastery of yourself. Understanding that there's this Mother and Father balance between both of sides of you. You know, but also having the experience and taking the experience on. So I just wanted to tell you that you are Mother and Father, but to be on this plane, this theatre, you have to have the Mother. You have to be decaying, and Father has to be rapidly creating you inside. That's why they say, it's love from the inside out. From the inside out. That means you're radiating with light. And that's why Jesus and all them people, they're massive beings, ascended masters, they understood this. They fought with the light. It was their force. And they used the vessel inside of the the vessel's the mother, to explain stuff to people with light. Anyway, I love you. Love, live, and improvise.